Hi guys, and welcome to day 7 of the Daily Carnage. Today we've got the Cartel Twins with the faster firing boost. This is going to be really difficult. If you look at the level 8 Cartel Twins, they've barely got enough power to put a single Z down. This is going to be quite the struggle for many people. We're really hoping that they get the hotfix out ASAP. And put some of the power and performance back into these weapons. I've heard many people are really struggling out there trying to get their 18 skulls. So I have actually managed to get 3 skulls by the end of this video. So keep watching till the end. It did take me honestly a few runs before I was able to make it. Luckily I have managed to get the 18 skulls required before today's event came out, so I managed to hit every day and max the skulls out, so I didn't even need to score 1 skull, which is lucky because to start off with, before I went very aggressive, I didn't think I was even going to reach 1 skull. This first run is me checking out the performance of a level 8 Cartel Twin. I can see that I am just going to put like 1 shot or 2 shots into the most basic of Zeds. I then look at the sheriffs and notice that they take 2 or 3, sometimes more than 2 or 3. It seems almost random the amount of damage the sheriffs were taking. With that in mind, I decided that anything more powerful than the sheriffs I wouldn't waste my ammo on, because they're not going to go down, and try to find as many of the barrels as I can. As you noticed, I got to 10 and got caught. I thought, well, I know the power of the guns now. I'm not going to waste my knives just getting caught out after 10 kills. So I went at it again, as you're about to see. We've got 3 free runs to start with, and then you can start watching adverts, so it's worth a few runs sometimes. At the moment, this low level is actually a challenge and is actually quite interesting. So even though it's a bug, that one took like 4 shots and still didn't go down. So the sheriffs may go down in 3, they may not go down at all after 5. So I wasn't 100% sure if I was even going to waste my ammo on the sheriffs. That meant I'm looking for the bald dudes in the green t-shirts and the skinny women with the black hair. The t-shirts go down in 1 or 2 hits, the women go down in 1. I decided at this point that barrels are going to be my friend, and that's probably how I'm going to try and get a lot of my points. And I'm also going to weave in amongst everything and just try to pick out the weakest of the Zeds. It becomes very difficult with the Cartel Twins levels, because the Cartel Twin level is one of the ones which you can rhythmically plan exactly when there's going to be a big swarm. You can learn when the swarms are going to come at you, and you intend to save your ammo with a full clip for that moment and blow your way through. At least that's what you would do with the level 14 Cartel Twins. At the moment, with the level 8s, you can't do that. When it becomes a swarm, your best bet is to dodge and try to get through. Here I decided that I was just not going to make any further than about 37. That's still not good enough for me to want to use a knife at that point. So I thought I would try again and save my knives for the run where I'm going, right, this is somewhere close to where we need to be. Let's just do it with... Let's try again. Let's just go again. I'm looking at those 50 kills that I've not achieved yet, seeing where other people have got. Someone's managed to get 360. That's incredibly impressive, I thought. I'm sitting there going, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to make at least a 1 skull right now. with the intention that I'm damned if I'm not going to get more. So here I go again, looking at the sheriffs and going, you're too strong. I possibly will put some ammo into you and see if I can get the kills, but if they're going to take 5 bullets and not fall, that's a problem. So I get a lot more aggressive and start laying the ammo in, try to draw them over towards this barrel and then shoot it while they're all over there. So that's a nice start, 23 kills by this tunnel with some more barrels in. Start to think about where the barrels are in the level. Can't really get over to that without trapping myself against the wall, which would have been pretty much certain death on this level with the difficulty. Just can't get through the Zeds. And this is not the run that I make it on, so I might put a timestamp, or I think I'll put a timestamp to the victory run in the comments below. The ones in the orange trousers are just not going to go down. They're the next stage up above the sheriffs. And the bigger, fatter Zeds in the white shirts or white sleeveless vests above them, the even fatter ones are definitely not going to go down. Okay, I chose the wrong side there. I should have gone right, I realised at that point, where all the barrels are. That would have been a much wiser decision. I rectified that in my next run. If you go right of those pipes, there's a whole line of barrels, and they're lined sort of like, not horizontally, as in the way you're going, straight forward, so not in a line directing forward, so you can actually get a whole lot of zombies come together and blow them all up along the line. So that's a very good set of barrels to have missed. And I finally made my first skull there. I was relieved to have at least hit one skull. I was sitting there thinking, I'm not going to accept one skull as the be-all and end-all. If there's other people out there who have made 360 kills, legitimately I'd hope. I struggled at the time to think how they've managed to put that many Zeds down, because the longer you're in the level, the tougher Zeds you find more predominantly, so it becomes harder and harder to actually get any kills the longer it takes you. And I worked on that logic on my next run as well, thinking I need to expand or expel more of my ammo faster and get more kills sooner than later, as opposed to saving my ammo. Again, here comes another big block. Try to dodge through it, try to get over to that ammo crate, but it's just far too far. Even try to use a Z there to bounce off and make it. I wasn't having any of it. Right about now is when you get a large amount of Zeds that just don't move. Statue Zeds, as I like to call them. So they stand there and you can work your way through and just picking and choosing which ones you're going to kill. This whole patch is always Zeds that are just standing mesmerised. Or I don't know, maybe it's the sunset that they like. But either way, they stand there in patches and you make your way through them, picking out the Zeds that you want to kill. And then you get a few stragglers, and then very soon you're expecting it to be a big swarm again, that usually you just blast your way through, just run a straight line and fire all your ammo off as much as you can. At least with a level 14, I decided that 74, I might see if I can push it further. I don't tend to use a large amount of knives usually, so when they appear in the shop and you can buy like 3 of them for like 60 silver or something, or gold or whatever it is, I end up buying that up and just put my knives back. So I'm not too fast. I make more than enough gold to be able to buy in whatever I like. I don't spend my money on dog food, but I do buy in my knives back when I need them. Just to keep myself full. A quick levitating oil refinery thing there. I won't pay much attention to that, but we'll get caught out soon by this big pack that's about to appear, because there's always one about here, and I bounced off a Z and couldn't turn myself back around. So I figured, well, that's all my runs and I've only managed to make 1 skull, but I'm not going to lay down and quit. I'm going to watch an advert and then have another run. I don't want to spend my gold. As I was saying, I don't want to spend my gold on buying in Daily Carnage runs, especially while it's glitched. It doesn't seem right. So what I'm going to do is go really aggressive. I'm going to start firing at everything that I can put down and try to get through at least 50% to 75% of my ammo between each crate. Try to put them down as quick as possible and really go at it. Looking at the time, if you're watching this video, by the time it's uploaded, you'll still have a couple of hours or a few hours left to follow these hints and tips and go at it. And if you haven't got your 18 skulls for the week, you can give it a good shot, get into that barrel and carry on going. 22, that wasn't as good as the previous run at 28, but by this point you should be looking at about 28 kills, 30 kills. That's a good mark to be going through that set of barrels. Keep picking up your boxes and running in a straight line, keeping yourselves away from the wall to your left and right. You don't want your boxes to spawn between the walls or between those crates. And you want to be aiming for the locations of the barrels. And as you see, I am starting to put as much ammo into these Zs as I can, and avoiding the big swarms so that I am not running directly at them. I'm going to try to strafe past them while seeing if I can put down the sheriffs, because they may go down, and getting as many of the female or skinny male Zs as possible, and trying desperately not to waste my ammo hitting the ones in the orange trousers. But if it's skinny or a sheriff, I was going to put my ammo at it. Okay, right now I'm going to bank hard right and make sure that I can get in amongst these barrels. That's a good hit, and I've already hit my new best. At least that's a nice message to be telling you at the top. Interesting to know when you've already done better than your previous run. I would have hit those barrels if there were any Zs around, but I didn't feel like that would actually hit anything. And again, this barrel here could have been utilised better if there was more Zs around, but I can't make them be where I want them to be. I just have to hope they spawn in place and aim for that barrel there. As you can see, if you can get to the right hand side of the map there tends to be a few more barrels in place. And trying to make them let me through there. If you strafe left and right, you can sort of pull them all to a cluster and then avoid them like that. Pull them to the one side and then avoid them. Becomes a bit harder when there's a vast amount of them. They're all in orange trousers, so I just avoided them. No point in wasting your ammo as much as I was trying to expel as much as possible. Already hit 2 skulls now just by blowing through them. And I was thinking, right, well, 2 skulls is pretty good. If I can get the 3rd skull, wasn't going to reach that box. I was a little bit worried that I didn't have enough ammo now. And it's about to hit the start of the level again, so it's a matter of wash, rinse and repeat. Make sure you pick out the barrels that are coming up. Make sure you're picking out the scrawnier Zeds, and unload as much of your ammo as quick as possible between crates. So with that, guys, I will leave you with the rest of this run. I wish you all luck with today's daily. I'll get this uploaded as soon as possible to give you guys as much time to watch this, and then maybe give it another try if you haven't succeeded with today's. And yeah, take it easy. Good luck out there, guys.